pencil a variety of different attacks. I call it attack. There's an openness where the paper's showing through. I might be using the color of the paper. I might be emphasizing the texture of the paper, right? And then there's some areas like in the chair where I'm using the blue and the brown and the red together. But you don't see what we call paint holidays. It's pretty solidly pigmented. It's pretty really laid in there. That's the polychromos. That's the polychromos. This drawing right here is the Artarama watercolor pencil. And you can see that I've brushed it out fairly lacy-like, right? Classic watercolor technique. And the paper on one side has a screen, has a nice ribbing. So when I lay the watercolor pencil down and use it like a coloring pencil, I now come back on top and I can pick up the paper texture. So you see the ribs, the machining, the screen work. For me, personally, I have tried to get away from same old and predictable. Always coloring and hatching with a soft thing. I sometimes want vigorous mark making. Sometimes I want the help of a surface I got by using fabric. So those really large graphite strokes there, you see the fabric. You know, it breaks it up. It's economical. It's fast. I do illustration work. There's a clock ticking. If you're drawing outdoors, if you're drawing in church, drawing your neighbor sleeping or something like that, and you have a sketchbook that has, you have a piece of paper like this, and the sketchbook has a rough surface. Draw this, you know, the fabric that way, so that it feels texturally different than the skin. It's just as you're going to change your color to describe something, why not change the texture? Why not change your stroke? Why not change your tool and go from something which is a delicate line to when you're ready to fill something in a nice big stroke? And that's what I do when I do this drawing of a model I've drawn a bunch of times. Delon is his name. And if I took your pencil, let me know, because we'll replace that. So let's see. Where's Delon?
I'll take your picture. Sketch it.
Here we go. Here's Delon. 20-minute drawing of this guy, and all this stuff came afterwards. So this was 20-minute drawing, just the seated figure. So I sit down, and I'm using a lighter gray, and I'm knocking in basic shapes. First 5 minutes, just lock it in, right? Next 5 to 10 minutes, getting the key features that I want to have. So I'll slow you down, and I'm going to be working the face. And where I pulled and smudged, I'm doing that around the face. So draw, smudge, draw, smudge, draw, smudge, draw, smudge. Okay? And then the last 5 minutes, I'm going gangbusters with the big man to give some sense of the tone in his jacket. And doing the hair, letting the tool have some say, letting the tool help you. Using a stroke like that with the fabric is letting the tools and the materials help you do something, right? That's part of getting variety of mark, and this is letting the tool have some say, right? And when you're doing dreads, instead of doing and again, you can do it. It depends on what you want, but in terms of rapid, loose, intuitive sketching, if I'm doing the dreads,
wow, cool.
use the nature of a flexible nib to do some of the work. Don't be so exact when you suggest it. That's kind of a technique. And then, you know, that mark, and that, okay? Very painterly. But so, for me, it's a porous line between drawing and painting. A very porous line. Not poor, but porous, or flexible, or imaginary, or, you know, shifting. And so, I get that. Now, the range of grays that you asked about,